Breast cancer is a fate that 1 in 8 women in the U.S. are all too familiar with. And it doesn't just affect them, but their family members and loved ones as well. It's the second leading cause of cancer deaths in women. This year alone, out of 126 million adult women living in the U.S., almost 253,000 new cases will be diagnosed. Breast cancer is the most famous cancer and the most highly funded. Current numbers aren't available, but just 2 years ago, the American Cancer Society spent $59 million on research. $59 million was poured into research in 2015 alone. So, is breast cancer still a death sentence? That answer is a definitive no.
Early detection has been probably the most paramount advantage that we've had in medicine in order to reduce morbidity and mortality of breast cancer.
Doctors can now test your genetic material to see if your DNA is susceptible to a higher risk of cancer.
There are some patients that have increased or actually a high risk of breast cancer, patients that have a genetic predisposition for breast cancer where they're positive for the BRCA1 and the BRCA2 gene. And we have what we call supplemental screening for patients that are at increased risk of developing breast cancer. Women with the breast cancer 1 and breast cancer 2 gene can be at risk of anywhere between 30% and 90% chance of developing breast cancer in their lifetime.
MRI machines, as well as a new technology called MBI, allow for genetic testing and have detection rates of about 95%. Researchers are now identifying about 20 other markers on the DNA, aside from the BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene, that also cause increased risk. The numbers of diagnoses may be going up, but the death rates are down, 39% from 1989.
Of the approximately 4,800 women who will be diagnosed in Wisconsin this year, we'll only lose 740 of those patients, which is a great improvement over, say, 1997 when we lost over 900.
As research intensifies and physicians look to the future, they envision an individualized form of medicine.
We're better treating and more targeted treating for patients with breast cancer so that our outcomes are much improved as we look into the future.
The Mayo Clinic health systems in La Crosse and Onalaska are now conducting a study called STRIVE. Their goal, to develop an early detection blood test for breast cancer. In La Crosse, reporting for News 19, I'm Emily Young.